Hotel Echo Lima, Lima, Oscar. Good afternoon, live and direct from London, England, from your host, your guy himself, the one and only and truly. You get it? You see my name there, bottom left-hand side of your screen, DLG Reppin', otherwise short for Dilly London Gooner, space Romeo Echo Papa Papa Indigo November. Yes, bringing you another DLG Reppin's daily transfer news involving all things to do with Arsenal Football Club. Should I say good morning to you guys, whether you've just woken up or you're still in bed after a hangover last night? Some of you are out in the gym this morning, or should I say good evening? You're still out in the gym. You're out having dinner, or you're in the cinemas watching the movies, or allow me to say good night and rest well and wake up ready for a new day. Anyway, before I get into the ins and outs of the up and coming transfer business involving Arsenal, make sure you smash the thumbs up like button for me, yeah, in abundance. Do that for me, yeah. On top of that, yeah, share this channel virally all over the globe, especially to your friends and your relatives, yeah. If you're watching for the first time, welcome on board. Just share this channel to your friends and your relatives, and make sure they share it amongst their friends or relatives, yeah. Right. The chat, the comment section, whatever you call it. If you've got a question, if you've got an opinion, if you have concerns, etc., drop it in the chat, yeah? On the last but surely thing I've got to say is subscribe to the channel, yeah? Let's get to 1,000 subscribers, yeah? As many as possible beyond that, yeah? Smash that button left, right, and center passionately and gloriously, yeah? But mainly passionately, yeah? Smash that button for me, please. Let's keep this channel growing. And remember, if you do subscribe, I'll shout you out, yeah? And on top of that, yeah, I'll do my part to be as consistent as possible. You guys have got to do your part to tune in as every day and encourage me to be consistent, yeah? So you help me, I help you. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. So the transfer window don't shut to the 1st of September. I get that. And we're looking at, well, we've only signed someone who's going to improve an area of our team, and that's attack. And that's Gabriel Jesus. In my humble opinion, we still need another striker, a target striker, or target goal-scoring striker. In terms of the ins, now I've heard reports or stories going around that Yuri Tillemans has agreed personal terms months and months ago, yeah? And Edu has been in contact with his representatives. Okay? And on top of that, yeah, Arsenal never put in a bid for him. I think I've stressed that out a few times. Or if I did say that we put a bid in for him, take me back to one of my videos and let me hear it. But for me, if Arsenal haven't put in a bid in for him, then that's no surprise. That's just the common, typical Arsenal that we know of today. Now, this is a guy that I want to see in the first team. He automatically gives us that midfield, that zip that we have been lacking for such an awful long time. That creativity from the deep line midfield. And I think Tillemans has got everything in his locker to perform in that position. That will be his role. And is he a massive upgrade on Xhaka? Hell yeah. Massive upgrade on Granit Xhaka for me. I don't want to see him in the first team next season. Neither do many Arsenal fans. We need to move on from Granit Xhaka. It's as simple as. Yuri Tillemans is in my thoughts. Another alternative could be Fabian Ruiz. Now, he's got 1 year left of his contract. I don't know if our representatives or Edu or Vinay have got in contact with Fabian Ruiz's representatives. But to make this happen, they need to be on the phone. They need to be negotiating deals. You know, they've got a busy summer. Mainly, if we can get in the marquee signings before the first league game of the season, which is on a Friday night against Palace, then the better for all of us. and I mean the better for all of us. I can guarantee you, Jesus is the only one that I will start at Sellers Park. I look at Fabian Ruiz, Fabio Vieira. Do I want him starting in that game? Well, I've said no, but Mikel Arteta will have other ideas, wouldn't he? He's still going to be the manager. Let's face it. Well, he's got no hiding place this season. He knows his job's going to be on the line because the pressure is going to kick in hard. And I mean real hard. Right. Serge Gnabry now. This is a big alternative to Rafinha. And for me, I would have him as the first choice signing. Now, Rafinha, I never expected it to happen, you know. I would have been excited to have him. He brings that Brazilian flair. He operates on the right wing. Potentially could find himself operating as right wing back if Mikel Arteta's got anything to do with it. But what I can say about Serge Gnabry is this is a phenomenal talent. You know, we allowed him to go, and my word, that he is definitely loved by the Bayern Munich fans. If there's any Bayern Munich fans that want to come onto this channel and talk Gnabry, let's have a conversation. But for me, this is a guy that would excite the fans. Bringing him back to Arsenal, we should have first opportunity, and that is the case. Now, Granado. Now, this is an area problem that we're gonna potentially have, because if you lose Kieran Tierney through injury and you got Nuno Tavares on loan, we're gonna have to put Cedric Soares there or someone else in there, and I don't really want us to do that. I want us to be consistent in that position, left back alone. And Granado, who is a lot more experienced than Nuno Tavares, well, he's been linked yet again. Yeah, Arsenal linked Arsenal link settings clicking yet again. This guy has been linked all summer and nothing's come off it. Now, I don't feel that no one has got in contact with his representatives, let alone getting him to agree personal terms. This is another PR stunt again, isn't it? That's what I feel. That's the impression that I get. We are in need of covering left back, and I want cover at right back. Now, I don't understand why we're not talking about Tarek Lapti or Max Aarons, both equally as talented as each other. Tarek Lapti, all right, he came through the Chelsea academy, but my word, Brighton have done well to convince Chelsea to let him go and express himself elsewhere. And he's ended up at Brighton, and he will be in Graham Potter's plans. And Graham Potter's in my mind, because if Arteta does not get off to the start and he fails again, he will be the manager that I will have in mind as a realistic target. Anyway, back to transfers. Lisandro Martinez. Now, we're hearing reports that Manchester United are in advanced talks to bring him to Old Trafford, and due to the fact that he worked with Erik ten Hag last season, and Erik ten Hag knows him better than Mikel Arteta. Fact. Now, yes, he might be 5 foot. He might not be 6 foot centre half. Predominantly, he wants to play centre half. But Arsenal are looking at bringing him in and playing him as left back, or potentially replacing Xhaka. Now, preferably, he wants to play as a centre half, and that's understandable. He wants to be competing with Gabriel as the other left-sided centre half. All right, that's fine. That is fine by me. You know, I've already made up my mind about my back four, but I don't expect him to go in as left back to cover for Tierney, even though that would be the alternative, because with Tierney's injury record, we cannot put faith into Tierney staying fit for 38 Premier League games. And the guy is a phenomenal talent, Tierney, especially when he's on his game. He is a terrific talent. But the reality is his injuries are affecting him in his football career, not just his Arsenal career. Right, Nuno Tavares. Now, I've spoken about him a number of times, and he's more likely to go out on loan. And I think this will go down to the wire. He is still at Arsenal, training with the rest of the squad players, and he's preparing for Germany within the next week or so. Now, this is a player that I would want to get out on loan as humanly soon as possible, and that's the reality of it. Now, can we get him out of the door on loan and bring in cover for left back? Because that's where we're going to need to strengthen. And as I've said, we can't depend on Kieran Tierney. You know, we can't take that gamble. It's a huge risk asking Tierney to play 38 Premier League games. When he breaks down injured, then who have we got? Nobody of cover. So for me, it's important to get cover there. And as for Nuno Tavares, I've said it before, he needs to go away and learn the art, the discipline, and the culture of being a left back. And I've explained it a number of times. I'm not going to go over it again. Xhaka, as I've spoken about a number of times, this is a guy. It's not because of him we ain't got top four, but he's been part of it. He's been part of the reason. He is just a guy that you cannot depend on. He'll have a moment where he will put in a shift, and then he'll have a stupid second where he will commit a foul, be the last man, end up with a red card, or give the ball away in a stupid, dangerous area. This is the guy who's done it time and time and time again. And for me, it's time for this guy to move on. He's never really took responsibility when starting. And this is a guy, I would feel that he's meant to be confident of taking responsibility when receiving the ball. Now, with Tielemans, that is a completely different complex altogether. This guy oozes class. The way he wants the ball. He demands the ball, commands movement. I mean, this is an experienced player, and this would get Arsenal fans excited if we can get the deal over the line. So, Granit Xhaka, goodbye, and thanks for whatever memories. Anyway, apart from smashing a couple of goals past Manchester United, all right, fair play is fair play, but thanks for whatever memories. Nicolas Pepe, now this is a guy Arteta does not trust. The reason why I'm bringing up his name yet again, because I don't see him starting many games. It wouldn't surprise me week in, week out if you don't see Nicolas Pepe on the bench. What would that indicate to you? That his time at Arsenal is done. We just need to find him a suitable club. And they're going to demand a reasonable bargain. We're talking between 10 to 15 million pounds. That's how far the valuation of Pepe has dropped. Now, his representatives have not been in contact with any clubs. We don't know anything about it, but his agent is looking for someone. I'm sure his agent must be doing some serious talking. He must, you know, when I say talking, having some serious conversations with other representatives of other clubs. Now, for me, Nicolas Pepe, I feel that it's never happened for him. It won't ever happen for him. And as long as Arteta is our manager, because he's going to be our manager, no matter how much he's hated, he's going to be our manager for this season at least, or within this season. He will not start Nicolas Pepe for any game, no matter what it is. He wants him out of the door. It's obviously clear and plain and simple. He just doesn't want him part of his plans. Let's talk about the next player, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Now, if I'm being honest with myself, I feel that Arteta wants him out of the door. He doesn't feel that he can be part of his plans. He sent him out on loan after having a man of the match performance be Watford at home. But yet he gets sent out on loan. and he was absolutely terrific that day, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. So that tells me Arteta does not want him as an Arsenal player. Then again, I don't trust the decisions Mikel Arteta makes, because in getting rid of Guendouzi, you've got rid of a talented footballer. Yes, he is hot-headed at times. He's a mischief and a rebel. But you know what? You need an experienced manager to control the demons within Guendouzi. And Arteta isn't that guy who invests time into doing that sort of job. So for me, that's a cock-up all alone. Arsenal fans, if you want to talk about Guendouzi, if you feel differently or strongly agree, drop it in the chat. Anyway, that's my lot, and I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls, once again, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. As I always do, saving the best to last. Thank you so much for putting up with me. Again, I'm hoping to do another video later on, depending on time and whatnot, because of work tomorrow morning. However, all I want to say is, yeah, peace again, love again, and bless again. And make sure you take care of your friends, take care of your families, take care of yourselves. Stay safe as you do. Enjoy the lovely weather out there. I'm sure I'm going to do that later on. Until then, DLG Reppin'. We're going to chat again, yeah? So stay tuned. Once again, please remember, just be nice.